opinion on veterans being rested in back-to-back games?
You know, Ernie, here a lot of people complain, but let me tell you from personal reasons, it's the right thing to do in some cases, especially for the older teams to have a real shot to win a championship. Popovich has been doing it. Look how many rings he got.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about extending the regular season and taking away some of those back-to-back games. But it's like bowling, Ernie. I'm a good bowler. Like, you're using your right arm a lot, and sometimes you need to rest it. You can't just start bowling with your left. So for me, I bowled a perfect game twice in my life. I'm only using right hand. You need that rest.
That was the worst.
We are in Sacramento, California, home for the Kings in an interconference basketball game here. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The Hornets log another stop on their travel schedule in today's matchup. They have had some success, but still a lot to prove, sitting 14 games out of the top slot.
Yeah, and they're coming to this game also looking for payback after dropping the last one. They play each other just twice this season, and they certainly do not want to be swept.
And you know how it is, Greg. You tend to remember the losses more than the wins. What might have gone differently when you've lost a game. You feel a lot better when you can answer back with a win, but you got to earn it. Here we go.
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. T out there with Batum. Then there's Kemba Walker. Then there's Al Jefferson. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Grace got a piece of it. Jefferson, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Here's Jackson. From the stripe. The Hornets pull it in. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
Here's Jackson following the three by Charlotte. Kicks to Turner. Morris right side. 6 to shoot. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Hey, Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Here's Batum after the Kings pick up 2. Pass to Jefferson. Rebounded by Jackson.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Nicholas Batum. The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Good on both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Walker against Jackson. And Walker kicks to Batum. Passes it to Jefferson. Releases from the wing and drills it.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 22-point game against Miami.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal after steal for him in that game just showed the quickness of his hands and anticipation.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. It's a 3-point game. And Batum kicks to Jefferson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
Kings have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Jackson.
I am your biggest fan.
With some nice D.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
To the middle, here's Jefferson, and that one is stuffed right through.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Cousins with the bucket.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Hornets leading by 4. To the left side wing. Here's Walker. Takes it off the glass. Walker's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out. And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
Jefferson's shot is off. The Kings have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Walker against Jackson. Now the pass to Cousins. Outside Jackson. 5 to shoot. From deep 3-point range. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Batum wide open. He fires. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Kings trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Stolen by Walker. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Bender. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. D's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Arthur comes in for Markieff Morris. Caspi, who's checked in for Evan Turner. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Daniel Green.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
And it's Walker penetrating. Kept alive. And Jackson with the block. And now Sacramento on the break. Jackson's got the ball. Temple gets the bucket.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him about the difficulty defensively against a team that's so smart and controlled offensively. He said that's a great point. They really do a terrific job of executing their offense. Not a lot of miscues or missteps. We need to be just as disciplined if we're going to get the upper hand. And down 1-0 in the season series, guys. We'll see if they can even it up.
And Doris, thank you so much. And guys, how do you view coach's strategy in terms of limiting those shooters?
Well, I think he knows how dangerous they can be if they get hot. So it's a sound approach. Defensively, though, they have to stick like glue to those guys.
That's absolutely essential. I mean, preventing high-quality shots has to be the highest priority. An absolute must.
And here are the Kings now after the basket by Charlotte. Cauley-Stein dishes to Jackson. And they double up Jackson. 5 on the clock. Wide open look here for Cauley Stein. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Charlotte in the lead. Walker the pass to Lamb. Back to Walker. And it's blocked. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Here's Arthur. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, you might as well make those adjustments right away.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Jackson. Grace, guarded by Jackson. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Batum, good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Jackson is out there with Green. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Oubre. And it's Morris in at the power forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Here's Batum after the Kings pick up 2. Back to Walker. Outside, Batum. Another miss by Batum.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And it's the Hornets with the ball after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. Shot's good by Walker.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 12.
Oh, wow.
Jackson! Beautiful jam. And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really,
Good try.
Jimmy is done.
You guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
Jimmy.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
It's stolen by
Muvarera, this is trolling up Fat Boy Jimmy.
That gives them the lead. Green's got his first basket of the night. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Kings?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Morris kicks to Green. The 11-footer. The shot no good. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Grace. And that one hits back iron.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Screen by Cousins. Jackson drives in. Takes it from 10. And there's Cousins. That's good on the assist by Jackson. And it's a 4-point Sacramento lead. Hornets have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. And the Hornets call time here. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Now here's Jackson following the miss by Kemba Walker. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Now here's Jackson. 17 points in the game. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. It's going to be Oubre shooting. It's on Nicholas Batum. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. His message to them was all about getting high percentage shots and having the crisp ball movement on the perimeter that it takes to get those shots. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now, here's Batum following the miss by Al Jefferson. And again, the Hornets missing.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Morris with a screen on Batum. Morris, no good.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Feeds it to Jefferson. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Jefferson's got 4 this quarter.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Now here's Jackson. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. And the shot is good.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. And he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Here's Batum. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game. Shots are just flowing him right now, having a really strong quarter.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Walker against Jackson. Cousins, no one around him, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Cousins has got the lead up to 7 now for the Kings. Outside, Walker. And the rejection by Cousins. And they'll keep possession, and that one's good. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Kings ahead, leading by 5. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half in that regard?
Well, we just got to help. We can't let everybody beat us. We just everybody got to help, and on the defense end, and then the key to protect the paint.
Pick your poison. Can't let everybody beat you, Al. We appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. They never got too far behind, as their largest deficit in the period was 8. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Where was the sense of urgency? We all know they're capable of playing better, and no one wants to give up a ridiculous high shooting percentage. They need a little attitude adjustment in the second half, or this game will get away from them.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Been a big game for Jackson. He's got 19 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
On the court for the Hornets, we've got Kemba Walker. D out there with Jefferson. Then there's Batum. Hornets trail by 7. Pass to D. Dishes to Jefferson. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand. And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Back to Walker. Passes it to D. Grace, guarded by Green. 6 on the shot clock. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. The tray. A shot by Batum, no good. Kings leading now by 5. And Turner kicks to Green. Back to Turner. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Jackson with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. And Jackson gets it to go. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Outside, Walker. They set the pick. Stolen by Jackson. Down low. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points than the open floor.
Jefferson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 5 assists in the game. Timeout called by the Kings. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Arthur comes in for Markieff Morris. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Daniel Green. And it's the Hornets with the ball after the Kings pick up 2. There's a good screen. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Sacramento leading by 7. Outside Jackson. Cauley-Stein dishes to Temple. Outside Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Top of the key jumper, no good. Hornets trail by 7. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Jackson against Walker. Grace. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Oh, wow. 4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
The Kings have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Jackson is doubled. Now the feed to Cauley-Stein. Out to the right wing. Here's Temple. Not enough on that one as it misses. Hornets have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. To the paint. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Turner. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. Walker was the focus.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Hornets trail by 5. They've got Bellinelli, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Green, and it's Jackson in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Grace. His three-pointers off the mark. Sacramento's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Jackson has the open look. Off target from outside. And the Hornets shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Grace, guarded by Jackson. It's stolen by Green. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. And that one's good. Green's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Kings. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Kings.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Outside Jackson. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. 10 points and 2 blocks. He's doing all the things you can ask of a player in the low post.
Definitely. It's the blocks, the rebounds. You name it, he's done it.
Sacramento making a switch here. Turner's checked in.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
To the paint, it's deflected. Here's Bender. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Shoots off the screen. Shot is good off the back rim and in. 6 points for Evan Turner.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Charlotte no good that time either.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And the Hornets making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in, and so Jackson nails both of them. Hornets trail by 13. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Stolen by Walker. Drops in the breakaway layup. Walker's got 26.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And they double up Jackson. The drive by Cousins. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. 14 points for DeMarcus Cousins. Walker against Jackson. Walker the pass to Kaminsky. Charlotte moving it around. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I like what they're doing inside here in the second half. They're still trailing, but they're showing a lot of grit down low in the paint.
It's Jackson with the drive. From 11 feet away, again, Sacramento.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Hornets trail by 11. Walker with it. Outside, Batum. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And he makes the first. Some changes for Sacramento. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. And it's Arthur in for Morris. Both shots good from the stripe. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. There's the pick. The drive by Jackson, and it's blocked. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. Can't connect from short range.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Outside Jackson. Arthur sets the pick for Jackson. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Shot clock at 6. The Kings need to get off a shot here. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. Hornets trail by 9. The dish now to Walker. Outside, Batum. Grace, guarded by Green. Back to Batum. Down low, Walker makes it off the glass. Walker's got 12 points in just the second half.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Jackson drives in. Offensive rebound. Outside, Green. He feeds it to Arthur. Kicks it to Jackson. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Jackson. Off the pick. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
The Quick with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
It's tipped. Hornets trail by 9. Outside, Walker. Jefferson against Morris. Puts it up from 12. Jefferson missing again. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Now here's Jackson. There's the pick. To the inside. Here's Cauley-Stein. Batum grabs the miss.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Pass to Jefferson. It's good, and he threw contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Al Jefferson doing all sorts of things. 19 points and 2 steals. He is in complete control of this game.
Clark, you're on the money with that one. It's all going his way.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
11 feet away. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Kings leading now by 5. And here's Jackson. 1:05 left in the fourth. Jackson is doubled. Over in the corner, Green bangs home the trifecta. And the Kings lead by 8.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're losing by 8. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Off the inbound, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jackson. The Hornets pull it in.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Jefferson. Can't hit. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. And so they choose to intentionally foul. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Cauley Stein.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's tipped and stolen by Cousins. It's picked off.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
Charlotte again missing. On the wing, Turner, guarded by Walker. Back to Jackson. So the Kings win it. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. He was involved in all the big plays. Very aggressive game, and came away with a triple-double to lead his team. Just a brilliant effort tonight. Let's go to Kenny. What'd you think about his performance?
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
He put everything he had to his rebound, and it made a huge difference. This was a taste of what he's capable when he gets his mind that he's going to dominate.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.